This is the right way to use Mr. Fantastic because everybody's already insta-locking him in every game, and almost nobody has any idea how to actually use him. And yes, Mr. Fantastic is the shiny new DPS, but one of the key things to know about him is that he is a mixture between DPS and Vanguard. He's kind of halfway a tank, so just be aware of that. Let's dive into his abilities. His main attack is the Luffy Combo. He is dealing stretchy damage at 15 yards range, and it is building up that center bar, which is his elasticity. We'll get into that in a second. And his alternate fire grabs an enemy and either slams them on the ground, or what you can do is grab two separate enemies and slam them into each other, doing a little bit of damage for both. The damage here isn't crazy, it's the crowd control that's really important. Next, his E will either dash towards an enemy and do a little bit of damage, giving him some extra health, or you can shield your teammates by pressing E on them and giving them that extra shield as well. And the left shift is the big boy shield ability. This makes him immune to pretty much anything that's happening. He is immune to crowd control. You can absorb all of the ultimates for the most part in the game and shoot them back at the enemy. This absorbs up to 300 damage, and the top amount of damage you can do to the enemy when you shoot back at them is 180 damage. But this is massive for pushing up point, or also massive for just blocking your team or absorbing an enemy ultimate. And once you get 100 elasticity, you go big mode, getting a ridiculous amount of HP. You see, I just went up to 950 right there, and all of your melee attacks from there will do a ton of damage. It doesn't last very long, but you want to always push in while you're doing this, because now you have a ridiculous amount of health and you're pumping for a lot of damage. And then right as you get out of it, if you're in a bad position, you can then use your shift to not go down. And your ultimate is called Brainiac Bounce. You bounce on your enemies, and each time you hit one of them, it resets this ability. So you can just keep bouncing up and down forever, pretty much your Winter Soldier, doing less than what Winter Soldier does. And every time you hit an enemy with this, they are also slowed. And your team up ability with the Invisible Woman puts a shield on yourself, and this will just give you some extra HP. So remember, your damage output is not that insane. You are very much a tank mixed in with a DPS, and you want to play that way, using your crowd control to control the fights and basically never go down.